They have something to prove, not only to me, but to themselves.
And that's the kind of pressure. No, I'm glad you did, because that's the kind of pressure they should be coming into this tournament with. And I think they did. And I think that's why we see such a dedicated and focused Straight Rippin this tournament. I mean, yes, they do have pressure on them. They got 4th last event. Come in here and win it. And to be quite honest, they're going to.
And what I like to see is when we look at Straight Rippin, it's such a disappointment when they get 4th place. You look at any other team that gets 4th place, it's not that big of a disappointment. The reason is because Straight Rippin's the best team in the game. Seriously.
I don't know. When all teams are 100% on fire, I'd actually give it to Triggers Down. Those kids, they have the potential. They have the raw talent. Their biggest problem is their consistency. But when I see them 100% on fire, I'm going to say they can battle with the Straight Rippin 100% on fire.
All right, so give me your guys' dream matchup. If you could see one match this weekend, what 2 teams would it be between if they're on top of their game?
Definitely Triggers Down, Straight Rippin.
Yeah. Triggers Down, Straight Rippin.
I think they're the 2 best in the league when they're 100% on fire. The individual talent on each team is beyond anybody else.
But the problem is I don't think we're going to see the best Triggers Down this weekend. I think we'll see Final Boss being a bit better. I think Instinct has a possibility.
Next is agreeing, and I'm moving on. Done, done, and done. Players to watch, Meadowlands. Guys, Nexie had the worst pick out of all of us. All of us. You know, I called Victor X. The kid plays amazing. D-Mac picked strong side. The kid plays
pretty good.
What about my good picks? There's some good picks in there once in a while.
All right. No. So, Nexie, you picked Ghostayame. D-Mac, you picked strong side. Guys, tell me what do you think of your picks?
Well, I thought strong side did pretty well during the tournament. He went plus 50 for the tournament. But I think strong side lacked was his leadership, and I still think he does. He just lost the Classic here. He's not a good leader. He should have learned from Walshy, and he hasn't turned this team into the right direction, that top 4 direction that they want to go in.
You know, my pick, I'm a little disappointed, but I don't regret it at all. You know, Ghostayame was stepping up to that leadership position. I thought we were going to see big things out of him, but the truth is, I haven't really seen that spectacular Ghostayame since he's been playing with Karma. He needs that support player with him. And guess what? They just picked up the 5, so maybe I called him a little too early. Maybe this is the tournament Ghostayame goes off.
All right. Well, you know, haven't really seen Ghost go off since he's had support. Now he's got support in Defy.
It makes sense.
You know, if Shockwave goes off as the main slayer, you're going to see good things out of Ghostayame.
Who are you watching, Puckett?
You know, I was watching Victory X. Victory X from Final Boss, you know, I think I'd put him in my top 3 players from the event. I'll put Hysteria, Pistola, and Victory X. Every time I was watching Victory, he was doing the right thing. He was in the right position, except with that plasma grenade. Could have been a frag. He could have stayed alive. But anyway, Victory, he was my pick last event. This event, I'm sticking with Final Boss. I'm picking Ogre 2, of course. Ogre 2, hometown hero from Columbus, from my high school, grew up together. He's in front of his family. He's in front of his friends. He's got the Final Boss crowd here. I'm expecting big things out of Ogre 2. Actually going to interview him a little bit later. But now it's your turn, guys. Who are you picking for this one?
All right, I'm going to approach this a little differently. Normally, I pick a player who's going to go off. This time, I want to focus on an X factor. This guy's been getting second over and over and over again, and I can't figure out why. His name's Walshy. He's the X factor for his team.
Walshy.
He does a lot. He challenges the flow of the game. You'll be perfectly set up, and all of a sudden, somebody's pulling your flag. It causes a huge distraction. But he's going negative. Constantly, consistently going negative, still getting second place. I can only imagine what will happen if he starts going positive. Can they win a tournament? Walshy, you proved me wrong, man.
Walshy has to step his game up for sure. Down the stretch, like I said, you need all 4 plays on your A game. You need to win those individual battles if you want to win a tournament. He knows that. He's been captain clutch in the past, but we haven't seen that as late, and that's why he hasn't gotten a first place victory.
You know, if Walshy starts winning his BR battles the way he was crushing earlier, you know, I think Instinct could be doing big things this week. And D-Mac, you got an interesting pick. Who are you watching this weekend?
I'm going to watch Defy. And the reason I'm going to watch Defy, I think we've seen the resurgence of a Halo player, and it's going to come alive this event right here.
Now, we got to give some history on this guy. Played with Tsquared in the Straight Rippin guys. Played with Captain Anarchy before on that Straight Rippin lineup. Finished in the top 3 a couple times. Since then, we haven't had anything nice to say about Defy over the last 2 years. Why do you expect him to be playing well here?
Well, I think he's in the right position at the right time. When you look at Defy, he goes into a situation where I talked to him and he said everything is so easy for me. The teamwork is so easy. Just playing, it's easy again, and he's loving it. He's quit WoW. He's putting all his dedication to this, and he's finally alive again. You see in Defy's eyes, he wants to win. That's it.
Well, he has the experience. He played with Straight Rippin back in the day.
He
was known for having the sickest BR in the game. I still think he does have a sick BR. But, you know, I agree with you that he's a player to watch, but I think it's more about the team. I think he may be the missing link. I mean, it's not Carbon's never been about individual skill. I mean, sure, yeah, they're individually skilled. Shockwave goes nuts at any time. They all do. But I think he may fit that team and just push as a team like Soviet and Naded did not.
And he's the X factor. And if he plays well, something's going on.
Oh, we just got an overkill extermination from Little Seb. That's why I love being here in person. You guys can watch it too by plane ticket. Anyway.
What I'm saying is Defy is the X factor. If he plays well, if he fits into their team, Carbon could be a very dangerous team late into Sunday.
All right, well, guys, I'm already thinking about top 10. Nexie D-Mac, Ogre 2's up next for the interview. Any final thoughts before you go?
I expect big things out of Final Boss. I know you're interviewing Ogre 2 now. I haven't taken their side of the bracket, and I'm kind of pumped to watch their games. I was watching Ogre 2 warm up earlier. Nasty things going on.
All right, and I think you guys also got a special announcement. You guys are doing big things tomorrow morning, adding a new show.
We slid in there.
Little imprint broadcast. Nexie and D-Mac will be commentating our winner's bracket round 2 now. That's right. We do the whole winner's bracket nowadays. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining the show.
Always fun.
We'll be talking some more this weekend. Up next is Ogre 2. Yeah, that's right. Stay tuned.